One take. This is NBA One Take. Featuring yours truly, Pretty Boy Laker. April 14th, 2019. You can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at Pretty Boy Laker. Trademark. And you can subscribe on YouTube and tell your friends. If you want that NBA One Take, this is going to be one take video while I'm walking, getting ready to do what I got to do. But, like I could say, it's called almost upset Saturday. Last night, we had 3 upset game ones. And then we had one that looked like it was going to be one, but one team prevailed. But let's get to the first game. Was the Brooklyn Nets, hometown team here. It's a buzz around Brooklyn. You know, I live in Brooklyn, originally from Harlem. You know, but it's a buzz out here in Brooklyn. Speaking to some fans yesterday, they was like, yo, we got this. They said we shoot. I says, the way we play, and we don't have to even play well. The way we play, we got them. And I was like, what? And so I'm watching the game, and I'm just seeing, Joe Harris was coming in, knocking down threes. D'Angelo Russell, in his first playoff game, he had a double-double, and he just looked great out there, man. And Caris LeVert killing off the bench, stepping up. Jared Allen with a big block early in the game. And it was, I don't know, Jimmy Butler, he really held it down for the Sixers. And Joel Embiid wasn't even really supposed to play, but gutted it out, man, making huge blocks, defending, and playing, look like he's hurt. And I don't know, Embiid is not, I'm not saying he's injury prone, but it's like the guys out there he's just gutting it out. And is this a concern if you're a Sixers fan about his health? About him being healthy? Should he lose weight or should he keep the muscle on? I don't know. It's like he's just out there, and it was just the Sixers' whole crowd. Allen Iverson was in attendance. He was looking anxious. One time he got up and he was yelling, and it was like he wanted to get out there. Hey, I wanted to get out there. He was fired up. And Jimmy Butler, man, he playing his butt off, man. He doing what he got to do. You know, and I messaged my sister. I know I didn't want to really call her because she's a big Sixers fan, and my son, he didn't watch it, but he watched the game with me. He was a little into it until he's 1-year-old. He just wanted to play after. He just couldn't, even though Sixers is his team, Ben Simmons is his favorite player, and I don't know. He didn't want to watch it. I think he's seen the Nets making more baskets than the Sixers, and then he quickly wanted to play with toys. And so they was just ready. And the Nets come in there and they steal game one. Ben Simmons didn't do too much. He had 9 points. He shot terrible. Tobias Harris had 4. This is inexcusable. And the fans was booing. And Ben Simmons alluded to, well, they should stay on that side if they're going to come to... Listen, they've been booing for years. They boo the Sixers. They boo the Phillies. They boo the Eagles. They boo the Flyers. They boo teams that it's all is expected to win championships. The Flyers go to the Stanley Cup Finals. They're booing them if they don't play well. The Phillies, World Series champions, they're booing them. They're not playing well. Philadelphia, prior to winning they booed them. They're not playing well. They booed Santa Claus. Allen Iverson alluded, listen, we played bad. They booed them. This has always been happening. So this is no thing. They have expectations. When they don't like what they're seeing, they're going to let you know about it. This is how they do. So Ben Simmons, you got to understand, this is what comes in playing the Philly about. If you don't like it, then you can leave. Because your productivity in that game was just disgusting. And congrats to the Nets, man. They play hard, and DeMar Carroll, these guys, listen, they held it down. And, I did pick the Sixers in 6. I don't know right now. I'm not getting too big over game 1s, but I love the hype over game 1s. I love game 1s. I love game 1s. The next game is going to be the Toronto Raptors versus the Orlando Magic. And I'm just seeing something. Kawhi, he's ready for his playoff run. Ready to stake his claim. And the game is looking close early on. But the one person that I said something about, it looked like it was in reverse. Because in my playoff preview, I did state that Kyle Lowry is going to have, he's always had issues coming up big in big moments for the Raptors in the playoffs. Because normally it's always been real great point guard play. Now, he's going up against DJ Augustine. That's a career backup, but a starter because, let's be frank, the Magic don't have any ball handling and playmaking guards that could just hold the team. But Augustine proved everyone wrong. He had 19 in the first half, had 20-something for the rest of the game, hitting a game-daggering, game-winning shot. And that's how the Raptors lose game 1. And Kyle Lowry had donut. 0 points, donut. You getting paid $33 million. $33 million. Donut. You can't say anything about that. Pascal Siakam, he's playing hard like he always do. Going to the basket, he's just playing. That boy's playing hard. Kawhi, he had 20-some points. See what he could do, you probably expect more from Kawhi, but even with that kind of outing, it's like, where's the help? Where's the help? Marcus Gasol hit some baskets, but where's the help? Jonathan Isaac had a lot. He was playing well, What's going on? Jonathan, you know, Vooch had little buckets, and Orlando spread it out. Aaron Gordon, they were spreading it out. They were spreading the Raptors all over. And this is how they got the win. Shouts to Steve Clifford. I keep telling you about Coach Cliff. Good coach. This guy can coach. I love Steve Clifford. He could coach, man. I love Steve Clifford. But Nick Nurse, head coach for the Raptors, they gotta figure some stuff out. This Kyle Lowry thing, this could be a real big problem going forward. Not saying, listen, I'm not saying that Orlando's gonna win this series. But if this series do go past 6 games and Lowry's playing poorly, that's gonna affect Kawhi Leonard's free agency. I'm gonna let you know that because Lowry still be locked in for a few more seasons, and I don't think Kawhi is gonna be too happy about that. His camp, per se. Well, the next game is game 1, Warriors versus Clippers. They got some history. Namely Chris Paul, Blake, DeAndre against Draymond, Clay, Curry. They got history. But this is a whole new Clippers team. Doc is still there, but still got that feistiness. Shea Gilchrist-Alexander, you know, young guy gets the start. He's going against Curry. Curry breaks the record for the all-time leading scorer for threes in the playoffs, breaking Ray Allen's record. And so many fewer games, like 100-something games less. But Curry was excellent, right? He couldn't be stopped. Doc Rivers had the game plan, let Draymond shoot. And Draymond was hitting. Draymond kept looking at Doc. Every time he hit a shot, yeah, let me shoot. Well, Doc said, yeah, I'm gonna let you shoot. You gonna beat us. You know, it was going to Montrezl Harrell and it was running that pick and roll with him and Lou Williams a lot. It was working. But then they seen what they was doing, and Steve Kerr and Ron Adams, they made the adjustments. See, that's the thing, man, with coaching. You gotta make those adjustments. And then Doc and them, I'm watching in the next half, they kept going to these guys. Going to Gallo, going to the guys on the post. No, don't do that. They seeing what you're doing. Because then you're keeping the passing lanes open, and then what's you gonna see? You're gonna see Clay and Draymond and them, they hounding for the ball, and the Iguodala's and Durant, they out there. You know? It was something else. They let Boogie foul out like that. I mean, oh Lord. Boogie had 9 points, but they let him foul out. I don't know. He looked frustrated, but you know, he gets his first playoff win. Boogie. KD didn't have it too much, just a pedestrian game, man. It wasn't too much. It's all about Curry just spreading the floor, hitting a lot of shots, just really opening a lot of things. And Durant and Beverly got out because stupid referee doing dumb stuff. I just can't stand the refs for doing what they did. But, I mean, the game was close, but they really opened it up in the third quarter, and it was just, after that, you know, they didn't look back. The next game, Spurs versus Nuggets. Now, the Nuggets, you can see why I've been bullish on the Nuggets the whole year. I've been I'm always gonna to what I see is I compare them to that George Karl team that won 57 games and lost the Warriors in the first round. I just see a great regular season team, but I think in the playoffs when you hone in and get up on your this type of team, they're not playoff tested ready to get this done. And the Spurs, just with the coaching and the system in place, did that. Now the Nuggets didn't play their game to their strength was go up and down and go up and down, especially in the Mile High City where it's just the altitude and everything like that. And I'm seeing well, the game is close, and look, the Spurs is just slowing it up, give it to Aldridge, let them operate, and Brent Forbes and Derek White, they're playing unbelievable. And you even see Derek White threw it down on Millsap. And you just seeing, I'm like, what is this? The hell is this? Jamal Murray struggled terribly in the first half, but came alive in the second. You know, he was controlled himself, poised himself, shooting his floaters and everything. Jokic had a triple-double, but he had 10 points, 14 assists and 14. This is what I'm talking about with him. He couldn't even get it going. The reason why is because they're going to single coverage him. He's going to roll like he's the human bowling ball, whatever, wrecking ball, whatever he is. He's bumbling and fumbling and doing this, trying to fix something up. Yes, I got issues with Jokic because of his aggression. He needs to work on his post moves, you know? He needs to be more like Pau Gasol and Marcus Gasol. That's who he needs to be. But he's not. He's not them. And this is a problem. What do you expect? And now they need him. And they need him to be that guy. But he isn't that guy. And shout out to all the writers said that he was an MVP candidate. Yeah. You guys see, you know, sometimes it's the eye test. You know, it's not about the stats and certain things, certain situations. It's about what you see on the court. But they don't watch. They're on their phones, they tweet and everything like that. They're watching this and everything. They don't know plays. They don't know what kind of offenses someone's running. They don't know anything about this stuff. They just look at stats. And this is the problem I keep telling people. This is why guys like Skip Bayless and whatever, people are happy that their Spurs is playing the Nuggets because they're saying, oh, there's one thing when you play a team that's just don't have that per se experience. But then it's another when you just feel like, oh yeah, we match up well with them because their best player is not that great better than our best player. And DeMar DeRozan had 18 and 12. Aldridge didn't play that well. It wasn't a great showing for anything, but I'm just saying Forbes and Bing played well. You know, and Forbes and White played well. But DeMar DeRozan was being a playmaker. He has the ball in his hands. I think Popovich, by design, did that, which was good. And they won. And Woody, I picked the Spurs to win. Well, I don't, I don't, I don't see why they're not gonna win. Because they're, I like the players on the Nuggets. I like Will the Thrill. I like Gary Harris. Real sad. The collection is there, but the team revolves around Jokic, who I feel is not a number one guy. Not saying he's like the number one option, but he's not a number one guy. So, yeah, he's a number two, but not a number one guy on a winning situation that's going to get you far in the playoffs. The collection has to be at a high level consistently through all these games. Can it happen? Yeah, I'm not saying it won't, but this is what I see. But the Spurs, they win the game. They're not happy on the bench. Like Aldridge said, yeah, I told y'all, yo, we got this. This is what Aldridge said. It's like, oh, we got this. You got this. They feel they can win. They feel they could go in there and win 2 games, and then come back home, and see what they could do. This is what they expect. This is not like Orlando and the Nets, where they just like, okay, no, these guys got playoff tested. They've been into the playoffs. They know what it takes to win. They feel they could beat this team. It's not Orlando and the Nets where they're happy they got game 1 and then they talking about shocking the world and all this other stuff. No, this is not that. This is them coming in there and beating you. This is Onetake, Pretty Boy Laker, and I'm out.